And good evening, Speed Gaming Network. And welcome to the 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time Speed Gaming Race. And today we have an expert item pool, which I'll explain in just a moment. But our runners tonight will be Asder will be in the green, Hitman will be in the blue, Koi will be in the red, and Big Toby will be in the yellow. So what does expert item pool mean? Well, you can only, all 4 swords are placed, but you can only get 2 of them, so they will be on Master Sword. You can only get 8 total hearts, and the rest are all big 20s. And then the other thing, obviously, is there is no silvers, there is no mail upgrades. So this will be a really fun race to watch between our 4 runners. It is open 7-7 in the meantime, so not necessarily needing to do the escape. And as I mentioned before, I am Nitro6003 solo commentating here this evening for you guys. So chat, if I do miss something, you guys can be my second eyes for the evening. So what should we expect? Well, we'll have to see where our runners are going to go. Obviously, the hammer will be a big part of helping them through the seed whenever they get that. What will be the item that these runners have trouble finding, and where do they want to start? That'll be what we will have to find out. There are a total of 12 runners tonight, so we should be getting underway here in just a moment. And our 2 trackers for this evening are Lady and Aku. While we have a moment before the race starts, please give our runners a follow. They would really appreciate it. They are giving us some entertainment here tonight, so they would really appreciate your following as well. And yes, of course, give our 2 trackers a follow because they're going to be pushing those buttons, and hopefully the tracker won't be eating any of the inputs here tonight. Let's hope for a easy night for the trackers and the program to work where it's supposed to. Apparently, Big Toby has started his timer. Hopefully, he'll remember to reset that. So we'll just not worry about that at the moment. So let's see. Who's going to start where? Is going to be our first question. And I mean, a lot of people like to start Uncle in an open seed. Some runners like to start with the Sanctuary. So we'll see where our runners are going to go. Should be getting underway here momentarily. And we are off. All 4 of our runners are starting in Link's house and starting with a bow with an immediate saving quit from Asder to Sanctuary. And we have Pendant at Eastern and red crystals at both Hera and Desert Palace. So our red crystals are in the light world today, so that's good. And we already have our bow, so that big bomb could be very important early. And oh, Tree 1 is a bomb pull, so that's really good for Koi. And they are going to continue into the Uncle start a little bit more. And as Astor is heading towards Aghanim and seeing if Aga is going to be required for anything here, he will get his tier 1 tree pull for bombs as well. And a heart container from the Uncle. Let's see what's in the treasure chest. In the meantime, Astor is going to check the lumberjack and see what is on that ledge. And it is the Moon Pearl. We have an Aga 1 required seed. We will need that Moon Pearl. So Astor knows he's going to need to find at least the cape and the boots and a sword and the lamp, and he could do Aga 1. In the meantime, Big Toby is heading into Hyrule Castle here, and there is the lamp in the traditional mushroom spot here this evening. And let's see where everything else is, but we know we have to defeat Aga 1 for regardless. And 20 bucks in the tree drop down. Toby does not have any arrows as of yet, so he's gonna have to do bombs if he wants to do anything. And Koi also gets the information that yes, that is the Moon Pearl, and yes, Aga 1 is fully required. So let's see how Toby's bomb strats are here, as Hitman also picks up his lamp. He'll drop down and get his 20 rupees in just a moment here. And Toby is going to continue through Hyrule Castle here. And Astor is going to be heading into Blind Touch for the items that are there. And so far, the other runners are following in his footsteps. Let's see what's in Blind Cell today. We got a piece of heart. We got some arrows, which is nice. We got another piece of heart and the shield. I believe you can't get more than that one, but I am not sure on that. 20 rupees in the back of Blind Touch, so really nothing to speak of in there. And Big Toby did take a death, so he is going to go back to the sanctuary and see where he wants to go from here. Oh, so chat telling me, yes, you only get one shield in expert mode. No fire shield at all. All right, into the well we go. And a piece of heart to start us off. And let's see what else is here as Koi and Hitman are following along. And let's see what else is in the drop. We got a hook shot as well. We got some money and some more bombs there. So that hook shot could be interesting. And Big Toby's about to find out as well that it is an Aga 1 required seed. And there is Ether at the bottom merchant. Hitman gonna get his stuff from the well as well. And there is Big Toby finding out, yes, this is an Aga seed. All right, so let's continue on here. And a glove from the chicken hut. Let's see what the back of tavern has for us here tonight. Just a single green rupee. We're going to see a lot of those here later. Once our runners reach their maximum stuff, they will be there. So now the mountain is open, so we have a lot that we can do here. If we get a hammer, we can actually clear one of the crystal dungeons. So we'll see when our runners decide to go for that Moon Pearl and where the boots are going to be here this evening. As they're going to do a blind check of the race game, let's see if he has to go back for it or not. We still need those boots, and we still need a sword and either 2 swords or a sword and a cape to do the Aga Tower climb. Aster saving and quitting back to Sanctuary. And it looks like he's going to take that hook shot and he's going to do the back of escape first. And if he gets a key, I'm kind of curious if he'll do Dark Cross or not. In the meantime, it looks like Hitman's going to save and quit, and let's see what Koi decides to do with the information. And where is Hitman going from here? We got a flute! We got a key! We got Quake in the back. So really early flute. So that will make our movement even nicer. And Azur is gonna go and activate that flute. It looks like Koi might be going for that money, perhaps. Yes, that's where he's going. Azur is going to activate that flute. He'll be the first one of our 4 runners on stream that will be activating that flute. And yeah, Koi is gonna decide to take that money. And let's see. I'm going to assume Hitman is going to fall, and there is the activation of the flute by Aster. And there's Zora money for Koi. And Hitman probably going to follow suit, and then my guess Aster will go up the mountain from there. But then we still have all of South Shore to do, and we got to find those boots, and we got to find some swords. All right, to the dam first for Aster. And he's gonna get a heart piece for his troubles and his 4th heart container. Can't get very many more, so he might as well get what health he can. And Koi getting his stuff from back of Escape. Let's see what happens when we drain the swamp. We get 50 bucks. Or is that 20 bucks? That's a 20. A little shaky on that screen, so I couldn't tell. So we'll go with that to green 20. One of many that these runners are going to find. So that could have been silvers, that could have been a mail upgrade, could have been a shield. So number of different things that could have been at this point. All right, so Koi going to activate his flute, and Big Toby still does not have that at this point. And lots of Zora money here in Mini Moldorm Cave, and there's our first sword in Mini Moldorm Cave. So there we go, 8 minutes for Aster, and he has a sword. Hitman right behind him as far as getting that sword. Let's see where he is going to flute off to next, and Big Toby is going to get that 3 hundo as well. To Ice Rod Cave goes Aster. Let's see what is in the Ice Rod Cave here this evening, and is it going to be something that's important? Aster needs to find that out right now, does not want to worry about such things. And getting trolled on it later, so... And with that flute, it's so much easier to check these little locations here. So, let's see what it is. It is the flippers! Wow, so loaded front to this seed. We still do not have the boots nor the cape to do any of the things. And Hitman's going up the mountain, so he's going to save the old man. And Aster is right behind him, but he's got the flippers, so he can do flipper checks as well. In the meantime, Koi is heading to Mini Moldorm Cave. Big Toby will be getting his flute momentarily. And the flute really does help with movement right now. Hookshot, flute, and boots should not be far behind. Let's see where they are here this evening. In the meantime, both Aster and Hitman have rescued the old man and get 3 bombs for their efforts. So without a hammer, we cannot get into Tower of Terror just yet. Koi about to get his flippers as well. So that we'll see where he goes from there. And it looks like Aster is gonna not do any more mountain checks. He's gonna go to Saha's closet and possibly into Eastern Palace, which is a pendant though. So I don't know if he wants to do that. And a green bottle of goo on the mountain, locked by the mirror. And there's a heart container as well. So let's see if Hitman decides to get that or not. Does not look like it to me. So Saha here, gonna have some items for us. And let's see what they are. They are the powder, the cape, and the cane of Samaria. So now Aster can decide what he wants to do. Does he want to rush Aga? But really, it's kind of not worth it just yet to rush Aga when you can't really do very much about it. 10 arrows on the island there, locked by the book. And we're going to see Agina's cave as well by Aster. And let's see what's in... Oh, and there's our boots. Hitman finds the boots in Paradox Cave bottom. So that is an important find. We know where the boots are. We have a sword. We have a cape. We can now rush Ag and get that moon pearl and get into the dark world, but we still have some more things to get. Not much else so far in Paradox Cave. Just some money there, and Hitman with those boots is gonna do some bomb jumping and go into Spiral Cave. Meanwhile, Azter is heading up the mountain as well, and it looks to me like Koi will be doing some swimming. And with the boots now in check and the cape soon to be found, our runners can decide what to do from there. And there's the single arrow up on the floating island. So if this is a hammer, we can defeat our first boss, but at this point, that is what we need to do it. Let's see what is in Spiral Cave, and we'll also see what Hobo has as well. Let's see if Big Toby wants to get that heart container or not. And he decides that he is going to go out of his way to get that heart container. And there's a mirror! So that opens up Tower of Terror as well. Wow, what a loaded front of the game. I mean, with Samaria, with Cape, everything. And it looks to me like Hitman likes what he sees, so he will be heading back up the mountain, and we'll be heading to Trolldorm, and can easily kill his first boss and get the first crystal of the night. Yeah, definitely. Spiral Cave had an item, chat is saying. But we will eventually need a Master Sword somewhere in order to complete the seed, but we have our first sword. And remember, as I mentioned, all 4 swords are placed, and we have Pendant at Turtle Rock and at Skull Woods. The rest are normal crystals, so maybe we don't need the Ice Rod today. Maybe we don't need to fight Trinax. That's always a good thing when you're on expert item pool, I believe, to not have to worry about such horrors like Trinax on Master Sword. But I'm going to think that the runners at this caliber do not need to worry about such horrors. Alright, into Tower of Terror we go. There is a small key, though. We may have the basement have the big key, but let's see what Zora has today. He is King Ripoff. Is he a ripoff, or is he an important item today? And it is... oh, not bad. 300 bucks for your troubles, so not terrible. And as they're setting up the Harapot, looks like he might be doing the Philly one. Yes, it does, and he gets it on his first try, and he'll be heading up into the latter parts of Tower of Terror. Yeah. 60% refund. That's actually not terrible for Zora, to be honest with you. And a heart piece on the for our item there, and Hitman's going to continue up. And meanwhile, Azter is not decide. He's going to do Hera later, I guess. He's going straight to Aga 1. Or no, he is not. He fooled me there. My apologies. And he's going to do part of the escape. Meanwhile, Koi also going to get that heart container as well, as there gets the heart container from the old man, from our uncle. Meanwhile, Hitman is working on Trolldorm the vanilla way, because, well, why not? And somewhere Koi got the Master Sword. I did not see that. Where did Koi get his Master Sword? I missed that. Where did Koi get the Master Sword? Hobo. Thank you, chat. Appreciate it. So Koi is maxed out with swords. So one of our swords is on the Hobo. Thank you, chat. And Hitman at the 15-minute, 16-second mark has completed crystal number 1. And let's see what he does with the information. Meanwhile, Azter is going through escape. Probably will tack in Aga with this, but we'll see. Maybe he'll find something that was left behind. In the meantime, we do need to go to the basement because there is an item in that big chest. So Hitman's going to take a coffee break. And Koi has also found the ice rod. So we'll see if that is necessary, if there's anything on Trinax. And Hitman gets his coffee break, and we'll start that sequence. In the meantime, Azter is going through Hyrule Castle here. Let's see where Big Toby wants to go. And remember, his clock is a little off. He did start it before everybody else. Yes, Koi did check the lumberjack. He does know that that is where the moon pearl is. So he can go up there anytime he wishes. And actually, he doesn't even need the cape because he has the Master Sword. So he doesn't actually need that. Alright, so big key in its vanilla spot. Let's see, Hitman, which way is he going? Is he going to do a second hair pot? Looks like it to me. And also, Koi has the hammer as well. So he will be going the other way. So he will not be getting the mirror till just a little bit later. Flippers were in Mini Moldorm Cave this evening. And what does Dark Cross have? The shovel! 50 bucks in the last chest, in the last item, $50. Not really worth it. And it looks like Aster is going to now head up and do Aga 1. In the meantime, while Aster makes the climb up Aga Tower, Hitman is going to turn in that bottle, and what is he going to get for his trouble? He's going to get 20 bucks. So Sick Kid only having $20 here. Not really that great, but still important to kind of get these checks out of the way. Let's see where Hitman's going to go now. Maybe he's going to decide that he's going to do... Oh, right, he's going to do Bonk Rocks here. Big Toby, the last one to get the uncle back. Let's see what's here. Just a piece of hurt. Meanwhile, Koi is going to go fight Trolldorm. He'll have a little bit of an easier time than Aster. No hammer and no Master Sword. So, interesting. Oh, sorry. Flippers were in Ice Rod Cave. Thank you, chat. Yes. Flippers were in Ice Rod Cave. All right. In the meantime, Aster continues his way up Aga Tower, and Koi has his first crystal of the game as well. And Big Toby is gonna figure out where he wants to go, and Koi will he go back in? Most likely. Oh no, he does not. Does not. And actually, that will help him out. He's gonna get his mirror here shortly. So yeah. All right, so Hitman is going to use his flippers here and do some flipper checks. That actually might help him because he'll get that Master Sword as well. So that'll be a good thing for him. All right, let's check the island there. Just 50 bucks there, so nothing important. Toby is now working on his first crystal as well. All right, so and then here is Hitman getting his Master Sword from Hobo. So again, a little bit of an easier time going up Aga Tower. No reason to delay the inevitable. All right, here is number 1, and it is a reflectable. All right, in the meantime, Koi will be going through Hyrule Castle, and Hitman is heading, my guess would be to Aga. And yes, Master Sword, Hammer, and Ice Rod all behind the flippers. So, good information there. But the flippers were very early, so not terribly trolly at this point. Alright, so after continuing his fight with Aga, he will have to either mirror or save and quit and flute however he wants to do it. Big Toby's still working on Tower of Hera. And we do have 2 out of the 3 medallions as well, so that is also good information. So we probably, once we get Titan's Minutes, we can figure out what our medallions will be for Misery Mire. All right, down goes Aga for Asder. And he will have to save, he'll have to mirror back into the light world. And save and quit, he does. And now Koi will be doing the back of escape. First crystal for Big Toby ties and everybody now has one crystal to their name. And Astor is the first one, will be the first one to have complete Dark World access, but does not have the hammer as of yet. So he has to go find that hammer. So he does not have that as of yet. So he has only one place to get into the Dark World right now, which is the Aga Tower portal. Alright, so Astor does get his Moon Pearl and now has Dark World access. And he will be using his flute here momentarily. And Big Toby will be not far behind. Hitman working on some stuff as well. And he's going to get his shovel, and Astor will go into the Dark World. Not a fun place to go, but it is something you gotta do. So, alright, so let's see where he goes first. Pod is full clearable. If he wants to go that route, which he is not. But he's actually going to get his Master Sword right now with going with the mirror into hold on. And while we wait for Koi and Hitman to do Aga Tower, let's see what Big Toby gets from the shovel. Alright, while we wait, here is the shovel check. Only 20 bucks there, so nothing there. And Astor is heading towards Pod. So, in the meantime, we still have Hitman and Koi heading up Aga Tower. And, oh, yes, thank you, Chad. I missed the question. Yes, the hammer was in the Waterfall Ferry. Alright, so Astor's gonna do Pod, full clearable Crystal Dungeon. Might as well. Not a bad time to do that. Alright, so let's see, because we're going to get some new information here in Pod. There it is, a small key. Was not bow locked. We have the bow, so it kind of doesn't matter. I'm kind of curious if Astor is going to potentially do Eastern while he's in the area. So, we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, Astor does not have the hammer, so he cannot complete Pod. I do apologize. He does not have the hammer yet. So he is going to have to do a double dip with Pod no matter what. And that's going to be, unfortunately, a waste of time for him. Boy, the only one that has the hammer at the moment, and the ice rod. Doing all those flipper checks. Yep, I did, yeah. So, in the meantime, let's see what Astor does get out of Pod. Just more keys. We have a key there, and he looks like he's getting ready to mirror here. And the big key, so it's actually set up nicely for a quick way through Pod, but unfortunately, without the hammer, he cannot do Pod any further, so he's going to have to see when he gets here. Hopefully, it'll be worth his while. And $5 there. And it's nice to see two of our players doing Ag at the same time. And it looks like Big Toby is going to head into Pendant Eastern Palace. He does not have the cape. So at the, I believe he has the Master Sword. Did he? Oh no, he does not. He did not do his flipper checks. And he must not have done Ice Rod Cave either. Alright, so Koi into the Dark World, and Hitman right behind him. And let's see if Koi decides to go into Pod first, or use his hammer to go elsewhere. First, he has to go get that Moon Pearl. And I love all the sprites that have been come up with. Koi using the blind sprite. Good hammering up there for a compass. So far nothing in Eastern Palace, so unfortunate. And another heart piece. And this is not cross keys or key sanity, so Aster gets as far as he can, so he is done in Pod for now. He will have to go back there. Let's see where he goes now. In the meantime, Hitman is going to go get his Moon Pearl and see where he goes. Again, he does not have the hammer either. So, Koi, the only one on our restream with the hammer. Let's see what Big Toby is going to continue through Eastern Palace. He has found the Titan's Mitts, though. So, that is a huge find. So our runners are going to have to get into Eastern at some point, because we are going to need those Titan's Mitts. So Big Toby going into Pendant Eastern Palace, and he's not even happy with just the Titan's Mitts either. He's continuing through and going to full clear the dungeon. Alright, so Aster is going to now get his hammer, and probably be a little steamed about it. There it is for him, and the ice rod, right next to each other. Alright, in the meantime, looks like Hitman might be going to Catfish, perhaps, and doing the same checks. Because this is probably your best bet to do it when you do Catfish Zora together. And what's interesting is Aster was right by Eastern Palace, so he could have gotten those mitts, and he did not. So we'll be curious to see how long our other runners take to get those mitts in Eastern Palace. And a save and quit by Aster. Let's see what Hitman decides to do with the info. And a big 20 from Catfish. And since Koi already did all that, he can continue on in the Dark World. In the meantime, it looks like Aster is going to enter through the Hype Cave portal, water portal, and he could do Swamp, actually, if he wants. He's got everything he needs. So let's see what he decides to do. Hitman gets his hammer and ice run as well. So it looks like we're going to get our first checks on Hype Cave here momentarily. So let's see how hype is going to be today, guys. Is it going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, or nothing, or 10 even? Let's see how hype Cave is. We got 10 arrows. That's garbage. Let's see what else is here. We got a bottle. Not really great. A heart container. The swag net. How many points do we give for the swag net? Couple? 2? 2? 0? 2 out of 10? -5? 19 for the net. I like it, guys. I like it. And it looks like Aster is gonna do Swamp Palace. So he's gonna do Swamp first. And I missed what was in Graveyard Ledge. Now we're gonna do King's Tomb on Koi's side. Definitely harder to follow through run, but I'm doing the best. I'm doing it, guys. Oh, there is Kana Samaria 4 and powder and stuff. So for Big Toby, ledge was junk. Thank you, Aku. All right. In the meantime, Koi going back to the Dark World. Aster heading into Swamp Palace. Hitman gonna get his garbage from Hype Cave, and Big Toby is gonna give us our Misery Mire requirements here early. Even though he has no hammer, he could, if he wants, if he has the medallion, he could go clear Mr. Meyer. And still did not get that. And we still need the fire rod. Yes, definitely for sure. All right, into the Meyer shed, and I don't know. Oh, he does not have the moon pearl. Where is he going? He needs to clear Aga, and he's trying to do some stuff here that I'm not sure is the greatest idea. He's trying to do a mirror clip into there, and he is not able to get it here. In the meantime, Koi is working on Pendant Skull Woods. A lot of our runners do see that Skull Woods is usually a pendant, so they will do the front of it as kind of a worldish. And did he get? He must have gotten the items out of. And he actually cannot do Meyer. Never mind. He does not. He has not done Aga yet, so he's still trying to work on that that glitch there, and he's having a lot of trouble with it right now. Yeah, there's times where you abandon it once it fails a couple of times. In the meantime, Aster is going to go to the back of Crystal Swamp Palace, not interested at all in the left side. And I don't blame him. You have so much of the world to do, and I never go into left side swamp myself, so. Although a good buddy of mine, Smirk JD, will tell me why I need to go into it more often. Aster doing some diver down awesomeness and finds the big key as well, and we'll continue on to the back. Let's see what Koi gets here in Skull Woods. So far, just lots of keys here and another heart container. That is the last one for Aster. I believe he has all 8. And I do appreciate chat helping me out here because they have more eyes, and so that just definitely makes it a little easier when you have a couple extra eyes helping you out. So I do appreciate the stuff there. Koi continuing on, and and actually Big Toby is gonna clear out Desert Palace. Let's see what's here. We have a big key. And right now, Aster working on his second crystal. And it looks like Hitman is going left side. Interesting left side swamp for Aster. Sorry, for Hitman, rather. So, obviously, he feels that if he's not going to do it, if he's going to do it. Oh, and we have Bombos. So, Koi finds Bombo. So, that reveals that we have all 3. We know now where all 3 of our medallions are this evening. So it doesn't really matter what the requirements are to any of the dungeons. And let's see. So Toby gonna check some other stuff here. Checkerboard Cave, and Koi is going to go into Thieves Town. And there's the book. So that's his entrance into Crystal Desert Palace. I'm wondering, I'm going to assume that Big Toby will clear off Desert while he's here. In the meantime, Koi is going to continue through, and another 20 in Swamp on the left side. And looks like Aster is also going to do left side. And nothing on left side swamp other than a 20 and some bombs. Alright, let's see what the chest. There's the map. And Koi is going to continue through another crystal dungeon. So we have Big Toby in Desert Palace. Still has not done Aga yet. Has all the stuff to do Aga. Has not decided that he's going to do it just yet. So we'll have to see when he decides to do that. And he also needs to get himself over to the Ice Rod Cave so he can get the flippers, so he can get his Master Sword and his Ice Rod and his hammer. So he's still got some things to do. And Koi is going to the back now of Thieves Town. And while Hitman is showing us the bomb strats for the setup for Diver Down. And Hitman is going to need his Cane of Samaria, which is in Saha's closet. So let's kind of do a quick go mode. We know where all the medallions are. We know where the Titan's mitts are. What we don't know is where the fire rod is. And I believe that we are potentially fire rod from go mode here in this seed. So yeah, because we already have the ice rod. So they're there's not really too many terrible places, but it looks like we are fire rod from go mode, I believe. Yes, definitely. He needs to do Aga. I agree, Phantom. Absolutely. He definitely needs to kind of do Aga. I don't know why he is not. Maybe he wants to try to find another sword somewhere else. I'm not sure. And there's another big 20 in Cave 45. And let's see. So Big Toby does get his second crystal. He has a pendant as well. And Astor gets the bloomerang. And Blind following himself. That is real. I happen to love seeing that. All right, Hitman gets his crystal as well. And he has completed Swamp. And where's Astor going to go now? Probably Dig Game. Or not. Alright, where's he going? He already did the game. Oh, we may not need fire rod with Skullwoods being a pendant. Right. Yeah, so we don't necessarily yeah, I mean, you're right. Absolutely, we may not need fire rod. And I think you're right, Phantom, that he might have forgotten about, or iZone, he might have forgotten about that. So Big Toby will get his Master Sword, though, which is good, and his hammer and ice rod, though. And apparently not going to get some stuff there. Let's see what Astor does now. We have Hitman working as well in that direction. So we have, we definitely have Pod that's completable. We have Desert, which is completable with the book. You know, from Thieves Town. So let's see. I know Astor completed Tower of Hera, so he should have 2 crystals on his boat. In the meantime, Koi is doing some digging. And gets his 10 arrows and says no thank you. Yeah, fire rod. I mean, you could do some bomb jumping, so you don't even need it for left side of GT, I believe. I mean, logically, yes, but you can do it. You know, if you know what you're doing, you actually could. If you know how to do some bomb jumping. All right, so Big Toby is still avoiding Aga for some reason. He must have forgotten about the Moon Pearl. That would be my guess here as a commentator. We'll have to ask him afterward if he forgot about Aga. I mean, we know he checked it, so he knows where the Moon Pearl is, but he must have forgotten it. Yes, you're right, Chelsea. Once Koi goes to no, well, he also still needs 2 items. He needs Samaria and he needs the mitts to be in go mode. But yes, Koi might be our first runner in go mode as long as the fire rod's not required for something, which at the moment it's not. So Koi is heading in that direction, or well, might be heading to swamp first. Yeah, yeah, those mitts are gonna be the thing, and you know, Toby is our first runner to have them, but he's definitely not taking advantage of it at the moment, which is unfortunate. He's got to get himself over to Aga, and again, I don't know why he has not. Again, we'll have to ask him in the post game comes if he decides to join us here in the booth. In the meantime, while some of our runners are doing some stuff that we've already seen, please give our runners a follow. Aster, Hitman, Koi, and Big Toby. They are doing a fantastic job making sure that we have some good entertainment here on a Wednesday night. And please give my two trackers a follow as well. We have Aku and Lady, our two trackers, and of course I am Nitro6003 solo commentating for you here this evening. Yeah, so actually you're right, Phantom. If he could be in go mode as well once he gets to, you know, Aga. So we'll see what happens. He still has some items to get, so we'll have to see what he decides to do. In the meantime, we have some runners looking for those mitts, some runners looking for some Maria. Aster has all the information except for one. He does not have the glove as of yet, so we'll have to see when he's able to get that. All right, in the meantime, Big Toby is gonna do a Super Bunny Cave. So, yeah, fun times there. And we still don't know what the Mario Medallion is. If it is Bombos, we will know that where Bombos is. And like I said, there's no reason to get Fire Rod or need the Fire Rod. And Super Bunny Cave has junk. All right, in the meantime, let's see where Hitman is going to go. Probably going to do some more checks here, perhaps. Taking out his mirror, going to do Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb. And Aster gets Bombos. And we know Ether is required for Turtle Rock. Luckily for Big Toby, he cannot enter Turtle Rock because he still does not have the Moon Pearl. All right, where is Big Toby going now? He's taking out his flute. He's not going to Aga yet. He's just waiting and waiting. He must have forgotten. He must have forgotten. Oh, yes, we do need Bombos no matter what. Yes, chat, you are right. We need Bombos or Fire Rod. We don't know where the Fire Rod is just yet. So without that knowledge, Bombos is fully required to get into Ice Palace. And Aster going to take his second route into Pod. He can now fully complete it. And it looks like Koi setting up the diver down on the left side. So Aster going to go complete the dungeon that he missed because he did not have the hammer. And let's see. Is Big Toby now going to go to Aga or not? He has saved him quite a few times. If he goes to Aga, that is the right play. That would get him where we need to go. He needs to head north. He is heading north. We want him to go to Aga. That's what we want. And apparently he also got half magic as well. And he is entering Hyrule Castle. So finally, at the 47-minute mark, Big Toby is going to head up to Aga. And yes, a vanilla half magic. All right, Aster should make quick work here of the rest of Pod. Meanwhile, Koi is finishing up Swamp Palace, and Hitman is gonna continue on as well. All right, Big Toby finally making the right calls here. He is going up Aga Tower at the 48-minute mark, so he shouldn't have any trouble there. Koi is heading to the back of Swamp Palace. He still needs Kena Samaria, which is in Saha's closet, and the Titansmiths to enter Go mode. And Aster needs just the Titansmiths to enter Go mode on his side. Hitman is in the same position as Koi, needing the Kena Samaria and the Love. And Big Toby needs to clear Aga so he could pretty much set himself up to get into Go mode. So all of our runners will be doing some good things here. So we are really in a good place. Yeah, exactly, Chad. He has forgotten where the Moon Pearl is. That's not good, but he at least is doing Aga, so he must kind of now remember that that is where it is, but could be wrong. All right, in the meantime, Big Helmasaur King goes down for Aster, getting crystal number 4. And bombs for his suit. Because I do believe he cleared Tower of Terror, so he has 4 crystals. Hitman working on Thieves Town. Yeah, we know that tracker likes to eat those inputs. I don't know why. Maybe we don't give it enough food. All right. So, Aster's not going into Eastern. He was right there. He did not go in. He needs to go into Eastern, and he would be in Go mode. Oh, that is unfortunate. He's going back up for something. Don't know what he's going up for at the moment. We'll have to find out. Maybe he wants that potion. Maybe he's doing Spike Cave, perhaps. Or did he not do hair? Why is he going up this way? Oh, did he want that bottle? Oh, he's doing Ether Tablet. Yes, that's what he's doing. Okay, I was confused. I was confused there for a moment of why he was making this trip, but yes, it is for the Ether Tablet. What is on Ether Tablet? It is a big 20. You don't... Oh, maybe he didn't. I'm sorry. I thought he did it. He did not. Okay, my apologies then. Trackers was right. Don't mess with the trackers, guys. They know what they're doing. I thought he did it the last time he was up here. My apologies. Because he got the mirror, and I thought he went right to air. In the meantime, there's nothing there, so it's not like he missed very much. So he'll just make quick work of it. So he will have his 4th crystal here in a moment. So my apologies to the trackers. Yes, I agree, Chelsea. I thought he did it too, but that's why you don't mess with the trackers. In the meantime, Koi is going into another crystal dungeon he can complete, which is Desert. And I don't know when these runners are going to go into Pendant Eastern. That's the million-dollar question. When do our runners go into Pendant Eastern Palace? You know, eventually they're going to run out of options. So... And I believe after this, Koi could do Pod, and then he will run out of options. He'll have to either decide, he'll have to do Eastern. I believe that's all he'll have left. So, most of our runners are going to sadly last location those mitts. And for Big Toby, once he gets the Moon Pearl, which he's going to not find it here. Yeah, so we need mitts for Meyer, Ice, for absolute sure. All right, so now hopefully Big Toby remembers that he can do some stuff here. And let's see, he's got to go get that Moon Pearl, which it looks like he's doing. So that's a good thing for him. All right, spike key for Aster. Not gonna have the unless it. I mean, it could have the fire rod, but it may not have. It will not have his glove for his Gomo. Koi is leaving desert and going to the next dungeon. Yeah, so I mean, obviously, Koi will be probably going into Eastern right after Prod. I mean, it'll be the only thing he has left. And finally, Big Toby has gotten his Moon Pearl, and once he gets Bombos in the Village of Outcasts, he will be in Go Mode, ladies and gentlemen. Our first runner on Restream to potentially go into Go Mode, and now Koi is also going to check Saha's closet as well, so he will get his Kena Samaria. So Koi is now one item away from Go Mode as well. Yes, he needs Bombos in the brewery, but I mean, the brewery is definitely something you're going to check, I would assume. But at least he's now going in the right direction. Now that he has the Pearl, he can now clear all the dungeons except for one, which is Ice Palace. And he can't Go Mode Pod, unfortunately, because he doesn't know that Bombos is in the brewery. So he will have to check Pod. But Pod with the mirror is not actually that bad. When it's mirrorless, that's when it's bad. All right, Hitman and Azturf will finish Desert, getting crystals there for themselves, and then they will have to decide where they want to go, and they're going to run out of choices. They will probably be heading towards, well, for Hitman, he can still do Pod as well, so he's not out of choices, but as far as Aztur's concerned, he's kind of going to have to decide where he wants to go, and Eastern's kind of going to be it. Oh yeah, this race is really tight. I mean, I'm not quite sure what's going on with Big Toby. He is stopping. He is not in Go Mode, and he's stopping. You never stop in a race until you finish. Maybe he had to think about how to route Pod. Not sure. Anyway, Hitman going to the Boss Land Molas. Could use his Ice Rod if he wants. Not sure if that's what he's going to do or not. We'll find out. Let's see if either of our runners, because it is a kind of a god pod, so to speak, if our runners are going to decide that they are going to go to the boss and then decide what they want to do. Anyway, down goes one, we're down to the last one there, and down goes number 3. So Hitman has completed another crystal, and let's see where he goes. Yes, sorry, the mitts were in Eastern in the compass chest. And it looks like Koi is heading directly for the back of Palace of Darkness. Alright, so Crystal. Alright, so now where does Aztur go from here? He has really one choice and one choice alone, I believe. Unless I missed something that you guys caught, I'm not sure, but he has one and one choice only. I believe he's got to go to Eastern now. I would be shocked if he did not go to Eastern Palace, but we shall see. In the meantime, Koi is heading through Palace of Darkness, continuing on. He will probably, beat the boss and then continue on. He knows he's only looking for mitts. So I can't imagine him not coming back in after beating Elmasaur King, but we'll see. Hitman is going to towards Swamp, but probably going to check Bombo's tablet. Aster has pen. Oh, okay. The 5-6 crystals are cleared. Yes. So he can do the big bomb as well, which is also on his table. And Aster not going for the big bomb. Let's see where he goes. He is heading... Thought he was heading towards Eastern, but nope. Alright, so if Koi goes into... He forgot the bomb. That's what he forgot. Koi, if he mirrors and goes into Eastern, he'll be in go mode shortly. Now, he is going to go back into pod and finish clearing it up, though, obviously. So, Koi will finish pod first. And then, if he mirrors, he will be in go mode. If he goes in Eastern. Yeah, you know what, chat? Pendant Eastern has been very good lately, so it actually is not a bad choice to make. But I agree, Pendant Eastern is just, can be evil. Alright, the big bomb is dead. There was nothing there. And we do that here in the booth. That there was nothing in big bomb. But the big fairy gives you a B for your effort, so that's something. Alright, Aster heading to Eastern Palace. Finally heading to Eastern Palace. So he may be our first runner in go mode. As Big Toby takes a death. Hitman's tracker is off. Okay. Alright, so Aster should be our first runner in go mode here shortly. And he will mirror out, and then he can go do Ice and Meyer, and then do GT. So he'll be the first one. So, despite the early advantage for Big Toby of having the knowledge of the glove, but because he took so long to do Aga, it's going to hurt him in the long run, sadly. And there's Koi also going into Eastern. So, Koi and Aster should be in go mode pretty close to each other. And there's the big key for Aster. He should be getting his Titan's Mint shortly. Yeah, Skullwood should be the pendant, and Swamp Palace should be a crystal. So, just a tracker malfunction. So. Alright, so, at less than an hour in, Aster is officially in go mode. And Koi is not far behind. And Big Toby won't be far behind either. But his time is running out. Alright, so Ice Palace and Meyer, and then GT. Go mode for Aster, and Koi should be in go mode here momentarily. Koi is probably about a minute and a half, less than that, behind. But he will be in go mode here right now. Go mode for Koi. But Koi also has to finish Desert Palace as well. He could do that when he goes to do Desert. And there's the slashes of upsetting from Koi. I'll have to talk to him about that, why he was so upset about that. In the meantime, Ice Palace, quick go mode, especially with Kato Samaria. Not much you have to do here. Although you... Oh, and Quake. So, the only thing we needed Bombos for... So, all three medallions were kind of required, weren't they? Because Bombos was required for Ice Palace, Ether was required for Turtle Rock, and Quake was required for Misery Mire. Alright, are we going to get a God Mire here, guys? Like, that's kind of the only thing that's still left to know. Is, are we going to get the God Mire? Or are we going to have to go searching for the big key? And after doing his icebreaker to get a key. Yes, that is exactly correct. So one of the things we forgot that we didn't mention we mentioned earlier is that there's no silvers and it's only Master Sword. So everybody will be doing 52 spins on Ganon. So you really have to be doing magic management, so to speak. So without half magic, not the easiest fight. But they got bottles, they got money, they can always get something before they go to Ganon. Like, it's not a big deal there. So we'll see. And blink and you missed it, and already Astor is just about done with Ice Palace. Yeah, absolutely. Tracking is hard. I'm glad I'm not one of them. Nobly, you would want the big key to be on the right. I know that. But see, the thing is if you know how to, like, I don't know how to do the bomb jump, that particular one. But if you know how to do that particular bomb jump, you're fine. Like, you don't technically need it. I mean, you do, but you don't if you know how to do the bomb jump. And Astor takes a death. Oh, does he have a fairy? Yes, he does. Oh, Cold Stare hurts on Green Mail with Master Sword and with no idea what the fire rod is. And down goes Cold Stare for Astor. So on to Meyer. And Koi is finishing up Meyer. He's heading towards Viddy. Alright, when we have our first runner heading up, which should be shortly, to Ganon's Tower, we'll be playing a little game here shortly. We'll see which of our two runners at the moment between Astor and Koi will be the first ones up towards Ganon's Tower. Yes, thankfully he had a fairy. That would have been bad if he did not. Well, he's got to be really careful though on Viddy though. Viddy is not an easy boss. So, all right. In the meantime, Big Toby is heading through Thieves Town. He still has Swamp, Pod to clear, as well as Ice Palace and Meyer, but he should be able to go mode all of them. Just need to find some big keys, but he will save some time not needing to do left side. But he is not technically in go mode until he gets bombos. Then he will be in go mode. In the meantime, Astor is finally caught up to Koi as far as dungeons, but Koi is about to finish Misery Mire, whereas Astor is starting. We'll see if Koi is able to catch him or not, if his Ice Palace is faster than his counterpart. And down goes Viddy for Koi for another crystal. He still has to do Desert Palace as well, I forgot. So he still has another crystal to do. I mean, Fire Rod is definitely where is the Fire Rod? I'm kind of curious where it is after all this. But Hitman will be entering go mode here shortly as well. So actually, Big Toby should be entering go mode also. Hitman's not far behind our other runners here. So. But at least for Koi, he doesn't have to do anything in desert. No, the pet cannot have the Fire Rod because Pendant Swamp Skull Woods, and it is required for Skull Woods. We will find out what the Pendant Woods had later. It can't be anything important. Probably a big 20 or something. Maybe a sword or mail. We don't know. We'll find out. We'll all find out together. It will not be the fire rod. I promise you guys it will not be fire rod. It cannot be. Unless this is a glitch mode, which could be interesting. Yep, Penwood at this point probably has a green 20. And a death for Big Toby. Unfortunate. And he gets a game over. He will have to continue on. Alright, Koi just about ready for his Land Molus fight. Alright, so Hitman stocking up on potions. He is in go mode as well. At the and he's about 7 minutes behind Koi. And yeah, anywhere but Ped or in Skull Woods. I think we've gotten all the items out of Skull Woods, so. Alright, Aster, where are you going now? You gotta still find that big key, buddy. And Crystal for Koi, he just needs ice pallets now. And Hitman is now entering ice pallets. Aster now gonna head to the back. So Aster should be the first one that heads to Ganon's tower here. So once Vidi goes down for Aster, we will play the game of where is the big key of GT. And we will be tracking it through Aster's numbers. So even if someone were to get it faster than him, he will be our first runner. All right. In the meantime, Big Toby has officially will be entering go mode here momentarily as well, as long as he does not miss the brewery, which he is heading towards hopefully soon. Well, Phantom, you and I will have the same numbers today because I always choose 6 as well. So as long as I can borrow your number, it should be good. And Hitman having a little bit of trouble with Icebreaker, but does get it. All right, Koi continuing on through Ice Palace. And Aster at Vidi. I don't know what Hitman could be looking for. He's in go mode. I mean, unless he's looking for Fire Rod. That is a really interesting way to kill Vidi. I never thought about doing it that way. I can't imagine what these runners... Well, I guess they could be looking for Fire Rod, but... And what is Big Toby looking for in the old world? He is in go mode as well. Or he doesn't know he's in go mode. He must think he needs the Fire Rod. Alright. Go, chat. Where is the big key? There are 22 possible locations where the big key could be. In chat. Find your numbers. 1 through 22. I'm going to guess number 6. As always. And let's see where it is today. All right, so Aster, we will follow him along the ride as our other 2 runners, Koi and should be joining him shortly. And I'm not quite sure what Big Toby is looking for right now, unless he feels he cannot do GT without the Fire Rod. I mean, yeah, the joy is that obviously the Fire Rod can be in GT. And Aster, I guess, checking a few more locations in case the fire rod is on his way. I doubt he will check Hookshot Cave. It is definitely weird to see a seed without the fire rod. But obviously, since Skull Woods is not a crystal, we don't need the fire rod necessarily. And Koi will now be heading up to Ganon's tower also. Hitman just needs to do Misery Mire. Alright, so at the 1 hour and 12-minute mark, Azter has entered GT. Let's check number 1 on the right side. Alright, so let's see. Number 1, 20 bucks. Number 2, a big 20. We have no idea what those could have been at this point. Swords, males, no idea. Silvers, don't know. Alright, so 2 down. Is it on the big check? Is it on the torch? It is not. Just another big 20. Actually, there's a million things that those 20s can be. Heart pieces, heart containers, any of those. Alright, so we're up to number 4 here. Alright, here's 4. Big key is number 4 today, and a small key. Azter can go up the tower. Who had number 4? Who had 4? Let me go back and look who had number 4. The first person to have number 4. That's what we're looking for. We are going through. It looks like Polar Bear Bunny, you are the winner today. Congratulations. You have won imaginary internet points. Please use them wherever imaginary internet points are taken. And please use your internet points wisely. Congratulations, Polar Bear. You are a winner of the Big Key guessing game. And we did not need the fire rod for anything here today because we have no idea where it is or where it can be. Maybe somebody else will post where it was. Maybe somebody else will, in the race room will have found it. Don't know. Great job. Yes, absolutely. While we have a minute here, while Azter is climbing GT, please give our runners a follow. All of them. Azter and Hitman and Koi and Big Toby, they have done an amazing job here today to keep us, entertained here this evening. And, without them, we would not have a race here tonight. So please give them a follow. And also, please give a follow to my 2 trackers, Aku and Lady. They are done an amazing job as well. And if you don't mind giving myself a follow, I am Nitro60 Ultimate. Anyway, we still don't know where it is, guys. We never found it. Azter is in the gauntlet now. Let's see. Big Toby is going through Swamp, and Big Key for Hitman. He should be going up to GT shortly. Alright, so again, all of our runners will have to do Master Sword Silver List. 52 total spins is what's coming up for our runners here. And they will have to be very careful because Ganon can one-shot them. And hopefully Azter has enough magic here. And he's going to, I guess, use his potion here. In the meantime, Koi has entered the gauntlet. Oh, Zelda found it. It's in the top right chest where Big Key and GT is. Oh, thank you for finding that information out. So it was in GT. Oh, Astor needed one more check to find it. Oh, that's funny. That's just too funny to know that that's where the fire rod would have been. Was. Yeah, you don't have fire rod as. You definitely need to still light that torch. All right, let's. We'll see if any of the runners do. Oh, little trouble there for Astor in that room there. Yeah, that's the joy of having like 12 runners, right? Like, because that's how you can end up knowing where some of the other items are. That's just too funny. All right, so Astor not gonna check any other chests here. Hitman should be heading up to GT next. In the meantime, Big Toby still needs to do Ice Palace as well. All right, so continuing on, Astor will be heading to Aga 2. And I don't know what Hitman is looking for, possibly Fire Rod, but I don't know. I'll have to again ask who is looking for the Fire Rod after they were already in go mode. All right, Aga 2 for Astor. If they do it counterclockwise, yes. Ooh, a triple for Astor. Nice job there. And I think that was a double there. We'll find. Yeah, that was a double. So there should be one more. Yep. Down goes Aga. All right. Koi not far behind. Three, two, one. And Hitman also not far behind either. Let's see what order he checks those chests and if he's able to get the fire rod. Actually, at this point, the fire rod's kind of useless because you can't use it on Ganon. You just don't have enough magic. All right, 52 spins start for Astor. A fall and Koi could still take this race, though. It's still anybody's race between those two. Especially with a fall to Ganon. All right, 12 spins phase 1, 12 spins phase 2. And 1 in each in phase 3 and 24 in phase number 4. Yep, 52 spins, no half magic. Yeah, and if you missed the torch glitch, that's like death in Master Sword Silverless. Absolutely. All right, phase 2 for Astor. And apparently Hitman is not happy, so he's going to look in Hookshot Cave for the fire rod. Not going to find it, though. Just finding a lot of green 20s. All right, let's see if Koi is able to finish off Aga. Oh, it's Koi with a 3-3. Gets him in 2 cycles. Two triples for Koi. All right, Astor is in phase number 3. Ganon for Koi. And Hitman enters GT. And the fight is only just starting for Koi. Now remember, torch glitch is imperative in a Master Sword Silverless fight, and Astor easily gets it, so that should be fine for him. All right, he's going to do 24 spins now with the Master Sword in order to get Ganon down. Trying to get some triples in there as well. Koi trying to catch up. He's not far behind. A Ganon fall, Ganon hug, one of those two would get Koi back in the lead. But right now it looks. Oh, that was a little close. Astor was a little close there to Ganon. Don't take a Ganon hug in this at all. Not a good idea. And it looks like Hitman did not get the fire rod either. Aster doing a fantastic job here in the spins. Koi into phase number 2. And a miss there from Aster. But either way, they should be right behind each other. Even if Koi finishes second, it's still fine. And using some magic here. All right. Should be only a couple more. For Aster. He should be just a couple more spins away. Oh, and unfortunately does the wrong one. Don't have silvers. All right, just, I believe, maybe 1 or 2 more for him. Oh, down goes Ganon for Aster. Get your GGs in chat. Give you his time once he crosses that 1x3 bridge. In the meantime, Koi is entering the final phase of Ganon just needing to get the torch glitch. Does so. And his official time is 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 36 seconds. Good for first overall in the restream, and third overall of our runners that are running. Shady Force was first with a 1 hour, 118. Matt 7898 was second with a 120.30, and Zelganus with a 122. Get your GGs in chat for all of them as well. All right, we are joined now by Aster. GG, sir.
Hey, thank you. GGs.
We're just gonna let Koi. He's just finishing up his Ganon fight, so if you can just wait 1 second for him to. He's on his 4th phase, so we'll just get him finished first. And then we'll talk about this seed here. And he should be just about done here. Shouldn't have too many more spins to go. And has plenty of magic. I believe he also has a potion as well. Needs to get some triples here. Oh, and quarter round ton of magic. Well, in the meantime, GG's to you, sir. How did you feel about this?
I thought the routing worked out super well early on. Mid-Pro and Lumberjack is always interesting to route around, and then it's like, okay, once I found the boots and my Aga access, I was like, okay, it paid off not going to Uncle first. And then, it kind of started to go downhill once I had already been to Pod and then found Hammer and Waterfall after that, which I thought it was good efficiency to route it in with Catfish, but if I'd gotten to it way earlier when I first got Flippers, I would have had Hammer earlier and I would have been able to do Pod in one trip, and that's kind of what made me not want to dip Eastern as much, and I started panicking when I realized I'd done left side swap, and I was literally mitts from go mode, and they could just be on path, so that's when I started skipping stuff.
Yeah, so Big Toby was our first runner to go into Eastern Palace. He took a little longer to get to I think he forgot that Moonpearl was on Lumberjack. So because of that, he was the first runner to have the mitts, and he had it long before anybody else, but the problem was he forgot about Aga. And so because of that, he did things that he didn't necessarily need to do. We did find out that the Fire Rod was in GT, a few chests from where you were checking, so you just need to do the counterclockwise, and you would have gotten the Fire Rod. And apparently, we found out from another runner who, I believe it was from Zelga's stream, he got the Fire Rod, could go in that direction. So the Fire Rod was actually in GT. So knowing that, Um, this was a seed that the fire rod was not to be found.
Yeah, a good thing Bombos showed up. And it also meant we had all 3 medallions.
Yeah. So, and actually, all 3 medallions were technically required in one way or another, because Ether was required for TR, and Quake was required for Misermire, and Bombos was required for Ice Balance, since you needed, since the fire rod was in GT. So yeah, it was absolutely. What do you think you could have done better in this seed?
Let's see. I forgot like a couple of tiny things. Like I miscounted desert, which I've been doing a lot lately. I miscounted desert and I skipped big chest and went back in for it. I don't know. I was thinking about. I don't know. I don't really know. I probably should have put off Swamp until later. It just took me too long to realize that I was Mitts from Go mode.
Yes. Especially with, in this situation with where Fire Rod was and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, because Skull Woods is not required in that retrospect. So it was a quick seed because TR, anytime TR is not required, it takes 5-10 minutes off the seed right there. So but we all found the ice rock, which was interesting in Waterfall Prairie.
Yeah. Oh, also, I shouldn't have ended up using arrows in Biddy because it caused me so many problems in the GT climb. I was afraid of that happening. I should have just kept going with the cape.
Yeah, I mean, without half magic and stuff, and it's just Biddy is just weird. So I think that I give hats off to all you guys running the expert item code, because being forced to do everything on Master Sword is never a fun thing, but
I like it. It's fun. It's why I do these anyways. I'll usually hop in if there's an expert daily. Cold Stare is really bad. I had dying with the fairy. Like the fairy still costs a lot of time, and then I didn't have it for harder bosses later. And Ganon was almost really good, except I lit one of the torch too early in one of the phases and turned them blue, and that just completely screwed up the entire cycle.
Yeah,
I lost like 1.5 cycles, I think, from that mistake.
Yeah, and I mean, and obviously without Fire Rod, without half magic, I mean, the torch glitch is probably imperative on Master Sword Silverless.
Yeah, it takes a lot longer to do without, and with Lamp you still have enough magic, but it gets tight, and it's just, yeah, there are some, like, I've had situations where, like, I miss Torch Glitch, and I'll just reset the fight, because it's too much trouble.
Yeah, indeed, definitely.
So we've got 2 people on Ganon now.
Yes, and down goes Ganon for Koi. Get your GGs in chat for Koi. Just needs to cross that 1x3 bridge, and Hitman should not be far behind. All right, his official time is 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 39 seconds. Good for 7th overall. See if we can get him in here as well. I know he does a lot of stuff with his chat, so I'm not quite sure if he's going to join us or not. And I know he streams for like 8 hours after his first. So this might be his first or second seed, I can't quite tell. And we are joined by Koi. GG, sir.
GG.
What are your thoughts on this seed?
I think it's pretty stupid that if you make an early Eastern play, it makes the seed much nicer. But that pales in comparison to the amount of time I lost to just screwing up my magic management on Ganon.
Yeah, you did unfortunately run out of magic the first time through, but Big Toby was our first runner into Eastern Palace, believe it or not, to get the mitts. And so it was interesting how far ahead we thought he was, but unfortunately, because he took a lot longer to get to Aga, and that cost him time. But so, other than magic management, what else did you find about the seed? Pretty straightforward for you, or?
Yeah, I mean, it was a super straightforward seed. It was just if you last locate the Moon Pearl, then the seed's free. But
oh yeah, you're right.
yeah, because the only thing you needed was Bombos, which was just in Village of Outcasts next to Crystal Thieves.
And Hitman has also completed Ganon. Get your GGs in chat for Hitman. He has an official time of 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 15 seconds. Good for 9th overall.
So if you open with Go Independent Eastern, which isn't even like completely unreasonable because it can full clear it, then you get the mitts out of it. And okay, maybe you do Hair Basement and like you full clear like 2 extra light roll checks that everyone else might skip, but then you're just immediately in go mode as soon as you get to Village of Outcast. And you get to go mode Swamp, you get to go mode Pod and Desert, Ice, Mire, everything.
Yeah, it was a friendly seed as far as like not being trolly. The only item that was trolly was really the Titan's mitts, and believe it or not, the Fire Rod was in GT in the room with the big key. So we found that out from one of our chat followers who Zelda's.
That would have been nice for Lamo 2 at least.
Yeah.
The Master Sword Hammer fight is not super fun.
I popped my green on it for Ice Rod, and I was hoping I wasn't going to regret not having the green for Ganon.
Right.
I still had a fairy.
We are now welcoming in Hitman. GG to you, sir. What was your thoughts on this?
I concur.
Yeah.
That's how I feel too, Hitman.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a pretty friendly seed. I mean, the only real trolly item was the mitts in Eastern, but it seems like Eastern's been kind of, whether it's a pendant or a crystal lately, has had progression in some way, shape, or form.
How close was I to Azure before I screwed up Ganon?
You were right behind him. You were probably a minute. You were probably a minute or two, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe less.
I used the cape in phase 2, thinking I could turn it off fast enough and have enough to do like lame triples or something. But I didn't find out until like 20 hits in that I didn't have enough magic. So I did the entire fight twice.
Yeah, yeah. You don't actually run out until like very, very deep in.
I still had a sliver left, but it wouldn't let me use the lamp. Because the cape used like half of a lamp charge, I guess.
Yeah, the little ticks. You probably had like 3 out of 64 or whatever it is.
Yeah, so dumb. I'm not sure. Even if I had that last cast, I'm not even sure I had enough left. I lost count.
Oh, non-quick swapper still won the restream.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you're probably one of the only ones that still does not use quick swap there, Koi. Are you gonna ever bring it in or never?
Well, he means himself.
Oh, sorry.
As there also doesn't use quick swap.
Oh. Are you gonna also at some point bring it in, Aster, or are you gonna continue to do non-quick swap?
Maybe if I ever do spoiler tourneys again, because I can't really compete in this without it, I found. But aside from that, I don't, not in a rush to use it. It'd take like a lot of learning for me to feel like I could use it effectively, and I just have other things to do.
Got it.
I realized that I had my microphone muted.
There
Sorry.
he is.
GG's to everyone.
Okay.
Oh, GG's, hey man, welcome. What were your thoughts on the seed?
Like Koi said, it was pretty straightforward. Nothing too out of the ordinary with it. Pretty much just go here, then go there, then go there. I was just
It's too Eastern, right?
when I was looking for the myths, I was like, at this point, I really don't want to find the fire rod right now because I don't want to go to Skullwoods. I don't want to go to I don't even know where else that would be. It really.
Front of Skull was maximum terrible.
Yeah, that was a big waste of time.
3 keys, map, and compass.
Well, if you just watched Toby's stream, he just got the fire rod. It was in the same room as the big key. So, our only runner to get the fire rod.
Yeah, I did a bunch of checks along the way just in case the fire rod was there.
Do you not know the bomb jump? Or you just don't want to do
I don't want to do it.
it? That's fair. That's fair.
It's slow to do it if you can get away without doing it.
Yeah,
So-
I was gonna if we didn't find the big key right there, I was gonna go all the way to Ice Armos before mirroring back to the right side, and I probably would have done Tower Room too. Like it's a lot of setup, you know, because you have to like go in the top room, you gotta bombos, and you gotta kill all the Gibdos so they're not in the way. It's just, and then the bomb jump and respawn and a dash. It's just awful.
And with minimal health, you hope you don't screw it up too many times.
Yeah, not a ton of room for error on expert item pool. Did anybody get 8 hearts? I was on 7. I think I was missing a heart container.
I had 8 pretty early.
Yeah, I had 8. Like 37 minutes in, I think.
Where'd I miss a heart container?
Did you get the one on the mountain?
Yeah, I got the Spec Rock one.
Oh,
That was my 7th, I think.
I didn't get that one, so that wasn't
Yeah, me neither.
sync. I don't know which one was sync.
Yeah, I don't think I must have had full health when I picked up Sankheart because I didn't notice it.
I don't know. Maybe no. I don't know. I feel like I did everything.
don't know which one.
Like I swear I full cleared the game. I'm not sure how I have less hearts than everyone else.
Oh, you must have. Yeah, and then not. Yeah, I guess you just didn't find. I don't know. It's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't have an answer for you, Koi.
Well, the way they do the hearts it's weird. It's weird how they do it. Like you're capped at 8 hearts, but a certain number of them have to be heart pieces, a certain number is heart container, and one's the Sank heart. So if you don't find the Sank heart specifically, it limits your heart cap.
Right, so one of them has to be Sankheart. Correct?
Yeah.
And expert, yeah.
They handle it differently, and like the main tournament's doing their own modified hard item pool thing, and they're gonna change the orientation or the distribution of the hearts. So like there's a lot more heart pieces and fewer heart containers, so that the hearts are given out more evenly. Where in this seed the hearts were more front loaded.
Yeah, the whole seed was front loaded, as you guys mentioned. I mean, pretty much it was
This
Yeah.
is about as nice as expert item pool could have been. Like you get boots and master sword really early. It doesn't get much better.
and half magic was on magic bat. We found out as well.
Oh,
Okay.
I forgot that was in the pool.
Can you get half magic?
You can, because Big
Wow.
Toby has it. I didn't know you could either.
Why would they have half magic in expert item pool, but you can't stun things with a boomerang?
I want V30 hard modes back.
This is... Why would they do that?
This is a good question. You have to ask the admins these questions.
I don't know who draws these lines in the sand, but they are not straight.
I do not have any input in this one way or another, so I'm not the person to ask. You need to ask people in higher places than the lonely commentators who have no say in whether they want art pieces to do. In the meantime, we are still waiting for Big Toby to finish. He is finally climbing Ganon's tower now. So you guys all had a nice, easy Aga 2 fight, though, which was nice. He set himself up for an easy Aga 2. What do you guys think of Dragon 2 fight?
I could have gotten the
Oh, you didn't get it?
the 2 cycle, but I didn't trust that it was going to be possible, so I didn't try very hard.
All right, confirmed. Koi's better at Aga 2 than Azzer. I'm putting that on my resume.
I'm not very good at Aga 2 in general, so
Dude, no one is. There's no
that's
one is good.
kind of true. I swear some people are sometimes, so they probably aren't.
Well, I know like the super high level like NMG runners, they have they like, I don't know if you ever do this where you like damage boost into like one of the copies or something, and then you use the iframes to hit it from as it passes through you.
Oh no, I've
seen
really
that. That is so cool when they do that, because like sometimes you get like a really weird pattern where you're like, I really want to be on the other side of him, but the ball would be going the wrong way. So instead you just walk into Aga and let the ball pass through you directly, and then you just spin it as it passes.
Okay.
I can't do that, but I've seen like players like Ari and Boyne do stuff like that.
Definitely on something on my agenda to watch for at some point to see how that's done. But I have no interest in learning that.
That's above my pay grade currently.
Right?
I'll just continue to be terrible at Aga 2 like everybody else.
It's like, it's weird too, because it's like, how motivating is it to practice Aga 2 when it's like really awful to practice it anyways, when you can just get lucky instead?
Right, that's how I play the whole game. Alright guys, well thanks so much for the restream, but I gotta get back to playing Link to the Past. Too much downtime. Gotta
enjoy
freshen out my skills.
You, Koi, and we hope to see you again soon.
All right,
Yeah,
bye,
GG's, have a good night.
everybody.
Thank you guys.
All right. So we are in Lamolas for Big Toby. While Big Toby is finishing, Hitman, what were your thoughts of the Titans mitts and where they were?
I thought, well, I could have had them so much sooner, but at the same time, I do like having bits for go modes, so I wasn't too upset about it.
Yeah, it was really funny because when we saw the mitts, we were like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a trolley location. But because mitts locks three Dark World dungeons, with Ice, Mire, and TR, it wasn't going to be too long before you had to get it at some point. But Pendant Eastern Palace, it's almost like Pendant and Pod. Like, they always have something. And actually, Pod was set up nicely to just go mode it straight to the boss.
Yeah, there was nothing in the back. And odds are, if you don't, like, if the Moon Pearl's not on Lumberjack, you probably go into Eastern pretty early looking for it.
Yeah, I would have definitely, yeah. If the Moon Pearl was not on Lumberjack, I think more people would have gone into that. Eastern, Pendant Eastern. Especially with the early bow. Eastern was pretty much easy to clear, so. Big Toby, the only one with the fire rod. Let's use it to light the torch.
Yeah, one good thing about not having the fire rod, you don't worry about magic on the Ganon fight. It just made it a lot slower.
Yeah, and not only not only that, but you know, yeah, I mean, I think it was definitely an interesting it was definitely interesting to see you know, how many you know, the things being done with just the Master Sword and without the fire rod, because you can set up triples much easier, but without half magic, obviously you're not going to do that. All right, Big Toby finally killing Trolldorm 2, and he should be on his way up to Agatu, and he should be able to. We'll see how his Master Sword Silverless is. Let's see how he does with his Aga fight, because it was definitely a nice setup for triples pretty much right away. Oh, and he gets the triple on the first try also. Let's see if he can get the other one. Oh, just misses. He should get his 2-2-1-1. All right, on to Ganon for Big Toby. Alright, he's gonna start his 52 spins here. Although, again, he has half magic, 4 potions. Should be good to go. Slow and steady, my friend. You can do this. Alright, he's got 2 already. There's 3. And 4. And 5. Oh, just misses 6. He's halfway through phase 1. And 7. Just a couple more and he'll be into probably the hardest of the Ganon on Master Sword Silverless, which is phase 2. And he is now in phase 2, so this is definitely the hardest phase of them to do. Oh, nice place there for him to just load up and get some doubles on Ganon now. Hopefully he has at least a blue does. Cannot take a Ganon hug at this point. Oof. Fire bats still do a lot of damage. Oh, and unfortunately, Big Toby takes a death and we'll have to start all over again. Phase 2, definitely the hardest. Hitman, while you're still here, any strategies that you can give newer players on how to handle phase 2?
The thing is, just be very patient. You don't want to be overly aggressive. Because those bites do a lot of damage, and with 8 hearts at maximum, I mean, if you have the resources for it, the cape can be helpful. But I just like to not go too aggressively in there.
Yeah, definitely. When I do it, especially if I have the cape and half magic and the resources, as you mentioned, I will use cape, as much as I can to make sure I don't take the damage, because 2 shots with those bats and you're done. So with the cape and half magic, it's definitely easier. Even having Keen of Perna, not necessarily the worst thing to do in that phase 2 either. Hopefully Toby has another potion here. If he doesn't, he's going to have to start all over again. He's not going to have enough magic for phase 4. Unless he has another blue. Hopefully he has another blue or green. He should be just about there. Get through phase 2. Said I hope he has a blue potion somewhere in his inventory. Oof. Those bats do a lot of damage. Oh, he does have a blue. Okay, so he should be all right with magic. Can't waste it. Oh, he takes again in hug and will have to start again. Yeah, as you said, Hitman, definitely slow and steady wins the race, and he's going to have to restock his potions, I believe. He has the money to do it, so definitely should get some potions. So he can restock.
Yeah, and there's certain spots on the where Ganon sets up that's a little bit easier to get shots in when he's in phase 2. That top left corner isn't too bad. The bottom right corner is a little bit tougher.
Especially when he sets up for doubles in the corner, when you can just get underneath him and just spam it. I think now Toby has 3 blues, so that should hopefully be enough for him to just hold on to the cape if he wants the entire fight. And while we wait for Big Toby to finish, please give all of our runners a follow. They again gave up their night to put on some entertainment for us. All right, let's all root for Big Toby here to do this Master Sword Silver lift here. He's got potion. He's got cape. He's got everything he needs. He just has to not get hit. I don't know if this is his first Master Sword Silver lift. We'll ask him. That's a really good spot to get doubles. Oh, gets the double off the torch twice. Not taking chances. Using cape, which is definitely a good idea. Once you get through phase 2, it's definitely much easier. Nope, just put the cape back on and go right underneath. There you go. Good job. He's there. I believe that should be... Yep, he's in phase 3. So now it's just a matter of one spin per phase and making sure you get that torch glitch. Because doing 24 spins without it is not easy. Oh, he missed it. Okay, well, it's just going to be a little bit of a different fight, but he could still do it. Don't get too close. Oy. Making a fall would not be a good thing right now. Gotta be closer. Oh, we just missed that one. I'll take a cannon hug, not a good idea. Got two there. He's got a rhythm now. too many more spins for him. And down goes Gannon. Get your GGs in chat for Big Toby. He does finish the seed. And if that was his first Master Sword Silver list, definitely give him an extra GG for that. We'll have to ask him if he decides to come up and join us. And his time is...
GG's, Toby.
Yep. Finishes 11th for an official time of 2 hours, 3 minutes and 26 seconds. And let's see if he's going to join us or not. First one to get mitts. And let's see if he's going to join us. Let's give him another minute or so, see if he decides to join us. If not, we'll wrap things up here in the booth, but we'll give him another minute or so. While we wait, any final words, Hitman, from you?
Just thanks for doing the restream, for doing the comms. I think you were by yourself, right? That's not easy to do.
It's not, but thankfully Chad is there to be your extra eyes in a solo comm, and I've done it before and not afraid of it. But
Actually challenging with 4 runners.
Yeah. Thankfully, it wasn't cross keys. I've done that by myself too.
Yeah, I've only done a few comms on cross keys, and I couldn't imagine doing that solo.
Yeah, I did it once, but I had a map. I had the Big Duncan map tracker up and took it from there. But it was not a fun thing. But I've done it. I'm going to assume that Big Toby is not going to join us, so we're just going to wrap things up here. Again, please give all of our runners here tonight a follow. They were really nice in giving us a couple hours of their time to entertain us, so we have something to watch. Also, give my 2 trackers a follow, both Aku and Lady. They were fantastic in making sure that the buttons were pushed at the right time. And of course, I am Nitro6003. So for all of us here at the Speed Gaming Networks, we wish you a fantastic evening, and we'll see you guys all in the next rando race. Good night.